Oh, what's good, YouTube, man? It's Gabriel, just another fan TV, man. Back at you another video. Like the content of this video, go smash that like button at the content of this channel. Go ahead and subscribe, man. Look, so the Ravens made their first really big move of the offseason, right? Move that we all expected to happen, but you don't really know about anything till that contract's officially signed, right? So the Ravens signed Justin Madubuike to a massive contract extension. We're talking about 4 years, $98 million, $75.5 million in total guarantees. $53.5 million at signing. So, massive deal for Justin Madubuike, a massive deal for the Ravens. And we want to talk about it from both sides, right? From about Madubuike and about how this helps the Ravens going forward, right? So, first off, starting off with Justin Madubuike, right? He's now 26 years old. He's a guy that, if you really pay attention watching to the Ravens last couple years, you could say that before last year, even the previous 2 years, you were like, this is going to be Justin Madubuike's breakout season. And he was just slowly getting better and better and better. And then last year, he had that true phenomenal breakout kind of season, okay? Where honestly, he was one of the best at his position in the sport. I mean, there's only a couple of guys up there that you could put with him, maybe like, Chris Jones, Christian Wilkins, who's also free agent right now as well. All right, so those kind of guys. He had a terrific season. So for the Ravens, this was the number one priority this offseason, right? Can they get a deal done with Justin Madubuike, right? So Madubuike on the season last year, man, we're talking about 13 sacks, 56 tackles, 33 quarterback hits from your defensive tackle. 33 quarterback hits, 13 sacks. We're talking about inside, outside versatility, right? I think the Ravens bringing along Chuck Smith as the, I guess he's technically like the outside linebackers coach, but he works with all the guys on their pass rush moves. BK really has been a big help to that. Got help from that, I should say. And then also, Madubuike trains a lot with Aaron Donald, right? I'm not trying to make a big deal about that, but you could see the similarities in their game. He makes it a point to, I believe, the last couple of off seasons. He was definitely training with Aaron Donald. We'll see if he does it again, but yeah. So you can see that kind of coming out in his game, right? Not saying he's going to be Aaron Donald, right? That's a very, very high standard, high bar. But when you have a guy from the middle who can have that kind of pass rush versatility, get you 13 sacks, right? That's beautiful, right? You have to keep that guy around. That's rare, right? Yes, you got outside linebackers, defensive ends who can get you 13 sacks because primarily that's what they're out there for, right? But your defensive tackle, the guy in the middle, 9 times out of 10, is not getting that kind of production. So the fact that Miami could do that, he was way too valuable for the Ravens to let him go. Ravens franchise tagged him to get a little bit more time to talk about this contract. And the franchise tag deadline was like 3 days ago, maybe 4 days ago, something like that. So they got this deal wrapped up fairly quickly after tagging him. So that's good news. He's a great player, and he's now entering his prime. Honestly, 26 years old, the best football from Madubuike should be ahead of him, right? So, barring no injuries and things like that, he stays healthy. The Ravens have a top 3 defensive tackle on their team right now. So that's great news. Justin Madubuike is well deserved of that. Like I said, he's a guy that since his second year in the league, I'm like, he's going to have a breakout year. He's going to have a breakout year. And last year, we finally saw the breakout season. So kudos to him, man. So now let's talk about what it means for the Ravens side of it, right? Now, we know that the Ravens were a lot over the cap, right? And then they had to tag Justin Madubuike for $22 million, right? Now we're getting that contract extension done. Justin Madubuike's first year cap hit will be about $11 million. So the Ravens have already shaved off $11 million because cutting his cap number in half have already shaved off $11 million, getting them close to being pretty much cap compliant, right? So somebody comment on my community post, where the Ravens getting the money from, right? Where the guys always get the money from. Well, restructures are going to happen and cuts are going to happen, right? Who those players may be, we'll see. That'll kind of give you the idea of the directions that the Ravens want to head in going forward. But those things will happen so the Ravens can be under the cap and even further under the cap so they can actually make some signings in free agency. Maybe nobody big, but you need to have space to do something out there, right? So They give restructure a couple of contract deals. You know, a lot of teams after they sign their QB to big deals, they kind of restructure their contract to free up some money. So maybe the Ravens did it with Lamar. You know, give him some more money now. You know, structure it down so the cap is bigger than the line. All that kind of things is possible. Different kind of players, salary reductions, all kind of things like that can happen, right? So for the Ravens, getting Madubuike done is like the first big domino to fall in the offseason before free agency officially really starts. So now the Ravens don't have to worry about negotiating with him. They can focus on guys on the outside, then maybe a couple more guys back, like a Clowney and guys like that. Who I probably, if I was honest, Clowney probably won't sign for a while. He seems to like kind of signing towards the end. You know what I mean? So he doesn't have to really do the whole training camp, OTA cycle. You know what I'm saying? So but the Ravens will go in now with a clear plan of what to do in free agency. They'll free up some more money. Like I said, cuts are going to happen, restructures are going to happen to help make space so the Ravens can actually do things, right? So signing Justin Madubuike was a very, very big deal for one, you retain one of the best players on your defense, right? So I always say Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith, Justin Madubuike, right? That's probably your top three players right there. So all three of those guys are going to be back next season, obviously. So that's a big deal right there on the team, on the player side, on the defense side. On the team side, like I said, it gives them that a little bit of more flexibility. They had to make a couple more moves, but cutting his cap number in half from 22 to 11 is a big deal. So the Ravens will be able to do some things for agency, right? So let me know your thoughts, comments on Justin Madubuike getting this massive contract extension. To me, obviously, fully worth it. And for the next, 4 years, the Ravens will have, like I said, one of the top 3 defensive tackles in the game. And that's a huge deal for them. So I'm going to get out of here, but let me know your thoughts on the man. It's Gabriel to the Fantasy TV. I'm out.